Tourism is here to build our country, making it better for the world to see. Oh, we're making connections, moving ahead, improving the products and giving you the best. Tourism today. Moving ahead. Tourism today. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Tourism Today, your passport to the world of hospitality. I'm your host, Michelle Malcolm. This week we're taking a look at an innovative idea that brought together the worlds of fashion and tourism. The first ever Islands of the World Fashion Week was held, attracting designers from across the globe while showcasing the talents and creativity that can be found in the islands. During the next half hour, we'll take a look at this unprecedented event, its impact on the tourism industry, and the role it played in providing a platform for designers of the islands. Stay tuned. All that and more is straight ahead after the break.
Hi, this is Nick Varios with Project Runway, and you're watching Tourism Today.
It's better in the Bahamas, romance all the day, all the hideaways for the lazy days, all the nights the people play. Ooh la la la, ooh la la. It's better in the Bahamas.
Welcome back. All roads led to Nassau and Paradise Island as fashionistas from around the world gathered here to be a part of the first ever Islands of the World Fashion Week. The brainchild of Owen Bethel, the event was held at the British Colonial Hilton in downtown Nassau and the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island. It featured the color, creativity, and culture of the islands, showcasing some of the best collections of designer garments and accessories that they have to offer.
The idea came up when I was involved with the UNESCO as the Bahamas representative on the executive board there. And I presented the idea to them, considering that in terms of economic development, value added to the economy, investment, basically in developing countries, and since coming from an island, particularly the islands, that what we should do in the sense that we were looking at creative arts, fashion, culture, that we should present a showcase for designers from the islands of the world. They endorsed it, said go ahead with it, and a year and a half later, this is what we have.
As a financial expert, Owen's approach to the Islands of the World Fashion Week was from an investment standpoint. He believed that the show would provide exposure for the designers, which would in turn allow them to gain more from a revenue perspective.
I saw it really as an investment opportunity to take them, new designers, established designers even, who had not gone that route yet, take them to the next level on a commercial basis and to promote them in that regard. So there is a link between the investment side and the fashion side.
There were two aspects to the fall fashion event, which was organized by Modil Limited. The first was the obvious: amazing catwalk shows featuring flowing fabrics, funky jewelry, and fierce models. The event displayed collections by more than 30 designers from 13 island states as far away as Indonesia and as close as our own backyard. For 4 days, designers showcased their creative wares, presenting styles ranging from couture to casual, bridal wear, sports, swimwear, and ready-to-wear.
That's what typically Bahamians would be familiar with, where they're just seeing designers present their wares. This is done, though, typically in what is a fashion week environment. The catwalk shows, there's no speaking, you just have the models literally presenting their wares to both the buyers on the international media.
In addition to its commercial perspective, the event also had a charitable side.
Through all of that, cultural diversity and dialogue comes in, which is very much a proponent or proposal of UNESCO in that regard. So this whole event is meant to bring out several of these issues, global issues, right? And a number of them, obviously, we in the Bahamas are also affected by.
Director of UNESCO for the Caribbean, Kwame Boafo, explains that the United Nations agency responsible for culture and fashion chose to become involved with the event as it was an outward expression of culture.
One of our endeavors is really to promote culture, cultural expressions, cultural diversity and, if you will, cultural industries in the Caribbean. And we had also wanted to be associated with it because we have what we call UNESCO Award of Excellence, for artifacts, for cultural expressions. And that is really the main reason. And then again, as I said, it is part of our desire to encourage the cultural industries in the Caribbean.
He was impressed with the event's first showing.
I believe that for the first time you really have quite a number of fashion designers from different countries, not only in the Caribbean, but also from Indonesia, from Fiji, from the US, Denmark, and the UK. So I believe that as the years goes on, it is really going to grow. I mean, one would have thought that this would be a small beginning, but it is much more than a small beginning.
By providing technical support, UNESCO's involvement was pivotal to the success of the event. It was through UNESCO's network that the organizers were able to reach the designers.
They distributed it worldwide to a number of the countries, and so we got a number of applicants, so to speak, to apply to exhibit here. We had a screening committee, and the screening committee then went through, I think it was somewhere in the range of about 90 applications in order to come down. The initial idea was really to limit it to about 20 designers. But when we saw the quality of what we had coming in, it was difficult to limit it to only the 20, and so hence what we have now are 38 designers.
The next step was to get in touch with the international media to promote and broadcast the event.
And that was where the major thrust was to it. So there was a lot of buzz going on around the fashion industry internationally about this new event taking place. And because it was different in terms of what it was attempting to do, we got quite a bit of response. And so you see a large number of the media being present for that.
Still ahead, the Islands of the World Fashion Week kicks off with a bang, and heavy hitters in the fashion industry make the trek to the Bahamas to be a part of this innovative concept.
Tourism enriches the economy, our culture. It protects our environment and promotes peace. Tourism enriches individuals, families, communities,